Hi guys, it's Andy from NismoTech. Today we're going to be checking out the brand new top of the range mouse that's come out from the guys over at Gamdias. This is the Zeus P1 RGB. Now it's an upgrade from the E1 optical, the M1 optical, which is also RGB, but obviously this is the P1 version. So I'm going to be taking a look around the box, having a look at the actual mouse itself, and checking out obviously the software and the RGB side of things as well. So on the front, obviously you've got an image of the mouse itself. Double layer RGB customizable streaming lighting. It's actually got an upgrade on the sensor. It's the highest sensor available by Gamdias, 1200 DPI. So we've got textured design, 8 smart keys that are programmable. Obviously the DPI is adjustable, and you've got an ergonomic design. On the back, or on the side here, we've got the dimensions. So obviously you've got size there, weight of 125 grams. It's not customizable like some of the other options that you do get from Gamdias, but obviously you have got 125 grams in terms of its weight. Pulling rate of 1000 Hertz, 20 million switch life cycle, and a 1.8 meter cable. Moving on to the back. Again, we've got a little bit more information that's on here. It mentions about the Hera software that obviously you can download and control the buttons and various other different bits like the RGB. So without further ado, let's get inside and have a little look and see what this one is all about. That down over there. So it comes very much standard packaging you normally expect from a mouse. You've got the mouse here itself. I must say it looks very, very nice indeed. So we'll just pop that out, pop that down to one side. So obviously you've got your quick installation guide in multiple languages. So it's going to tell you how to go about installing and setting this up. I'll see how to cycle through the DPI, so make sure we do give that a good read. We've got 1.8 meter braided cable with a gold USB connector on the end as well, gold plated. Pretty nice. Obviously you've got the tie around there as well. But then also we come on to the mouse itself, so quite a large mouse. Just give you a bit of a look around so we can have a good look to see what it feels like. Very lightweight, I must admit. It does feel rather plasticky all over. It's not a particularly heavy mouse, so we'll see how that goes on. Got a bit of an unusual design on the scroll wheel there. Also the rubber that's on there, which feels quite good. Scroll wheel so far, just by doing that, feels quite nice. It's not too clicky. You can definitely feel a bit of a notch as you're going through. So you've got a couple of buttons on there, a couple of additional, or one additional one on there as well for your DPI. Looks like a dual layer potentially going around on the outside. You've got this rubber on the side here that's got adds to a little bit of grip to the mouse. And got a couple of additional buttons on here as well. That's what it looks like from the front. Underneath, you've also got a 1200 DPI sensor. Got a couple of glide pads up at the top and the bottom. Does fit rather nicely in the hand. Like I said, it is quite a large mouse actually. So let's go and plug it in and have a look and see what options we get in terms of software. Okay, so I'm now going to look at the Hera software that comes as a download for all the Gamdias peripherals that are obviously customizable. First thing you've got is the key assignment. So you've got mouse keys down here. You've got left click. You can then go and select other buttons and obviously select what they are to do. So you've got the two buttons there. You've got your DPI switch on here, DPI up and down. You've got a third button down here for a DPI cycle again. And then obviously you've got the ones on the shoulder, the left shoulder of the mouse. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons there that you can actually obviously go through and customize and obviously control what you want them to do. You've also got macro management. So the software here, obviously you'll be able to go in and create a macro duplicate it, save it, export it, and obviously, you know, create your own ones there. That's not a problem. Pretty self-explanatory with that. In mouse control, you've got the cursor speed, the vertical scroll speed, so you can obviously go and adjust that. You also got your DPI level here, which obviously you can select on here, or by using the buttons to obviously go through the default buttons just below the scroll wheel, and obviously your polling rate there as well. You've got mouse luminescence, which we'll come on to in a moment. And then you've got this thing called assign sound and timer. Now, I'm not quite sure as to what you actually use this for. It says at the bottom you can assign the timer and settings of all sound profiles onto the mouse and keyboard. So I'm not quite sure as to what that will actually do in terms of its functionality. It's not something personally that I would actually be that interested in. You've also got sound file edit, which I assume potentially means that you play a sound when things are going through. Okay, don't know if you actually heard that, but that's the sound recorder. So I don't quite know what actually that means, so we'll just click on sound on there. Okay, so mouse keys backward. Let's just try that on the mouse. Right, okay. Wait for that to finish. So essentially every time you press a particular key on a mouse, you can get it to play a sound, which is quite a random thing, in my opinion, for it to actually do. And also you've got a timer option on there as well. Timer runs out and then restarts at every click. So may be helpful in some scenarios when gaming. So you've got your timer setting in there as well. You've also got the version and the updater version, check for updates, etc. on there. On the right hand side you have got 5 profiles that you can obviously go through and have a look at, and obviously, you know, create different profiles for different games, etc. So onto the mouse luminescence, or RGB. Now I'm going to go through and have a look at this particular logo first of all, and you can see obviously the brightness actually increasing on there, and you've also got a breathe in and breathe out mode. As you can see there, it's just coming in and out. Now one thing that I haven't been able to do is actually change the colour of the logo, which is quite disappointing. In particular, if you wanted to go for a single colour of blue, you're still going to have that orange logo. So I'd probably be tempted to actually turn it off, and in my opinion it actually looks better with it off because of the fact that you're not able to change the colour. Also you've got 4 RGB, so you know, you can have whatever colour you want to have. And as you can see, as I show you here, there's a little bit of the lighting going along here. It goes all the way around the top, all the way around the bottom, as you can see, all the way around onto the other side, and even sort of on top there you can see the actual colour. So obviously you've got single colour. The pink does show a little bit white on the camera, but you know, you can obviously go through, you can potentially make it the same colour, more or less the same colour as the logo if you want to. So we're just going to turn the logo off and go into a custom pattern. Now the way that this actually works is that there are 13 segments of the LEDs that run around the mouse, as you can see. So if you wanted that first segment to be green, you can go in and change that. You can then, you know, more or less go green for the first 3, then go to pink, and then you can carry on going blue, and then we'll do a little bit of white for those 2. What other colour? We'll do this pinkish colour. So as you can see, we've now changed the colours going all the way around the mouse, like so. So you can create your own sort of quite cool custom pattern as such if you want to. I quite like the idea of that. You know, for example, if we went, select the right colour, go green all the way around like that, and then if you wanted a blue, again selecting the right colour, you can obviously do that, and that looks pretty cool, to be fair. As you can see, going around, obviously the blue is not coming up quite that well on the camera around the top there, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's quite cool. Quite like the fact that you can do a custom pattern. Now, coming on to your lighting effects, you've got circular wave. Just turn that round so hopefully you can see that. Just going around it in a wave of colour, and obviously on this you can obviously go in and control the brightness by knocking that down, so you don't have to have it that bright. You can control the speed. I don't know quite the direction, so you can control what direction it actually flows, so you go left to right or right to left. As you can see, we've got breathing mode. Again, obviously you're picking your favourite colour for it to breathe in and breathe out, and obviously you can control the speed on that as well. What else have we got in here? You got neon, so just increase the speed on that. So I assume that's just going to go through the brightest colours, a little bit like the wave. It's just going to go and cycle through them. What else have we got? Breathe, neon, circular wave, we've already seen. Responsive fade in. So let's have a quick little look on this. So we've got green. Don't know quite how you go about setting that up. Oh. That's not coming up with anything at all. So let me just try and figure out how this actually works. Right. Okay, so with the responsive fade in, from what I would imagine, select the colour and move the scroll wheel. Here we go. So clicking on the mouse, hopefully you can see there. You can see that it's just going to respond to every click that you put in. So if I just reduce that speed down, you see it's taken ages to actually disappear. So let's just knock that up another notch or two. There we go. So probably not my most favourite, to be honest. And then we've got parallel wave. Which is basically obviously going from top to bottom, or bottom to top. I'll just turn that like that. There you go. So there are the colours, there are the options. The only thing I would say is that with the logo on the mouse itself, the fact that you can't change the colour on that, I think is actually a little bit disappointing. It would have been nice to have that included in the rest of the RGB spectrum in terms of the customization. So that's the software. I'm now going to go and give you my thoughts on the mouse. Okay, so now to my final thoughts about the Zeus P1 gaming mouse. I've been using it for around 2.5 to 3 weeks now, and I must say, it's a bloody decent mouse. Now, if you're into your RGB, this is going to be perfect for you. You've got a lot of options available to you, lots of customization, and not only do you have a kind of light bar that goes along the top of the mouse above the shoulder, you've also got it along the bottom. As I've already mentioned, 16.8 million colours, lots of options, different modes, etc. My only gripe with it is that you're not able to change the logo colour on the Gamdias logo colour. I think that's something that they really should have included, that option into the software, so that you can actually go and colour code that to the rest of the mouse. In terms of the 1200 DPI optical sensor, performed very well, didn't have any issues in terms of lag or anything of that nature, and certainly for my type of gaming, I didn't have any issues with it at all. And also the switches that are underneath the buttons, and also the scroll wheel, absolutely fantastic, no problems with that whatsoever. With the mouse having 8 fully programmable keys, you've also got plenty of options to record macros, and obviously to use the various different buttons to control everything that you're going to need. In my opinion, you don't need any more than that. I actually do think that 8 is kind of overkill, but obviously there are people out there that do like a lot of options, so for that, absolutely brilliant. The mouse is extremely comfortable to use. I did try it with the claw grip as well, and again, didn't have any issues with that in terms of the comfort. The kind of soft rubber feel where your thumb is, it works really well, gives you a nice amount of grip, and with it being lightweight as well, it's very easy to move around a mouse pad, and it's just extremely nice and very comfortable to hold. And the build quality is really good, even though it feels kind of a little bit plasticky, maybe a soft rubber finish all over the mouse probably would have gone down a little bit better than just the whole thing being kind of plastic. But apart from that, absolutely brilliant. So overall, I think this is going to be mainly aimed at those of you that really want to embrace the RGB theme that's going on at the moment. If you're looking to customize a lot of lighting to go with your setup and your keyboard, etc., then this is really going to appeal for you. And you also got quite a decent gaming mouse underneath all of that as well. So it really does kind of bring everything all into one very nice package. And I really do recommend this mouse. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you do, please do leave a like and a comment down below. There will be further information on the website NismoTech.com. Please also don't forget to share the video, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next one.